My name is Rachel Wilson, and the day I discovered his betrayal changed who I became forever. The moment I saw my husband's signature on a document he swore he'd never signed, I knew the betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was calculated, financial, and meant to erase me. That was the second my marriage died. And the first moment I decided I would not lose. I'm 39 years old, and for 17 years, I believed I was married to a man who respected me. Daniel and I met in Chicago. We built a life the American way, slow, disciplined, respectable. 2 incomes. 1 home. A shared consulting firm we started together after years of late nights and ramen dinners. No children by choice. We called it focus. Stability. Control. From the outside, we looked unbreakable. But something had been shifting long before I admitted it to myself. Daniel became precise in ways that felt cold. He guarded his phone like it was evidence. Meetings stretched late. Business decisions happened without me, which was strange, considering my name was legally on everything. Equal partner. 50-50. He stopped asking for my opinion. Stopped touching me unless it was necessary. Stopped looking at me like I was part of the future. I told myself this was what success did to people. But my body knew before my mind caught up. I started waking at 3 a.m. every night with the same tight pressure in my chest. The house felt unfamiliar, like I was living in someone else's life. Still, I stayed calm. I stayed observant. I stayed quiet. Because women like me don't explode. We collect information. The discovery didn't come with screaming or lipstick on collars. It came with paperwork. I was reviewing our firm's quarterly financials when I noticed something subtle. Ownership percentages had shifted. Slightly. Quietly. Enough that someone skimming wouldn't notice. But I noticed. My name had been reduced. At first, I thought it was a clerical error. Then I saw the amended operating agreement. Filed 3 months earlier. Signed electronically. With my signature. A signature I never gave. My hands didn't shake. My heart didn't race. I felt something worse. Humiliation. I checked the login history. The IP address traced back to our office. To Daniel's computer. I pulled archived emails. There it was, a woman copied on financial discussions that had nothing to do with her role. Her name was Lena. She wasn't just an assistant. She was a strategist. A confidant. A presence in meetings I was deliberately excluded from. And then I found the personal messages. Not explicit. Worse. Intimate. Familiar. Strategic. They talked about me like I was an obstacle. Once it's finalized, she won't even see it coming. That sentence still burns. I confronted him that night. Daniel didn't deny it. He didn't apologize. He sat across from me at our dining table, calm, rehearsed, and said, I was protecting the company. Protecting it from me. He admitted the affair. Said it like a footnote. Claimed it was irrelevant. What mattered, he said, was control. I remember staring at the ring on my finger and realizing it meant absolutely nothing. I didn't cry. I nodded. And that scared him more than any reaction could have. The breakdown didn't happen immediately. It came later. Alone. In silence. I sat in my car in the garage for 43 minutes without turning the engine on. Just breathing. Just understanding. This wasn't about love. It was about erasure. Daniel had planned this carefully. The affair wasn't reckless. It was instrumental. Lena wasn't just sleeping with him. She was helping him reposition assets. Dilute my authority. Push me out of my own company legally. And if I reacted emotionally, if I was accused without proof, I would lose everything. That's when I realized something important. He underestimated me. He assumed pain would make me loud. Instead, it made me precise. I didn't confront Lena. I didn't threaten divorce. I didn't move money. I hired a lawyer. Quietly. A woman who specialized in corporate fraud and marital asset protection. I handed her everything, emails, server logs, document metadata. She didn't flinch. She smiled. And said, this is going to be very clean. That night, I slept for the first time in weeks. Not because I felt safe. Because I had a plan. Revenge doesn't require chaos. It requires patience. We filed nothing immediately. Instead, we monitored. allowed Daniel to keep going, allowed Lena to believe she was winning. We documented every forged signature, every unauthorized transfer, every fiduciary violation. We discovered he'd tried to secure a line of credit using company assets without my consent. That alone would end him. But we waited. 3 months later, during a scheduled investor review, my lawyer filed an injunction, froze the accounts, triggered an internal audit, notified the board. A board Daniel forgot I still had influence over. The affair didn't matter anymore. The crime did. Daniel was removed from operational control within 48 hours. Lena disappeared immediately. And I didn't say a word. Not publicly. Not privately. Silence became my weapon. Approximate. 420 words. The divorce was brief. Clinical. Devastating for him. Because when the court reviewed the evidence, the ruling was clear. Fraud nullifies advantage. I retained majority ownership. Full executive control. Daniel received a settlement that reflected only what he could legally prove, which was almost nothing. The company stayed with me. His reputation didn't. No one hires a man known for betraying partners, in business or marriage. I moved offices. Changed nothing else. Daniel sent one final email. I never thought you'd do this. I didn't respond. Because the truth was simple. I didn't destroy him. I let his own choices finish the job. Today, I walked into my office knowing my name means something again. Not because I was spared pain, but because I survived it without losing myself. And that was the last day he ever had power over me.
If this story made you feel something, pain, anger, clarity, or strength, you're not alone. Stories like this are why Betrayal Nation exists. Please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and write a comment below. We read every single one, and your voice matters here. Your support truly helps this channel grow, so if you haven't already, subscribe and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Together, we're building a place where real stories are heard, truth is exposed, and justice finds its voice. This is Betrayal Nation. Thank you for being part of it.